Expelliarmus. Remember that goal from the twos match earlier, Doug?
Oh,
Well,
what do you mean? What goal?
I have a little bit of a solution.
What do you mean? What are you doing?
Say goodbye, Doug.
No, no, don't do it. No, no.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rocket League Thursdays here at SVSU. We're here with another very special program. I mean, if you tuned in last week, you knew to expect this one. We're playing in the Losers Grand Finals, so we're here to determine who gets to be placed in number three spot and who gets to be placed number four overall in the nation of Division Four NECC Rocket League.
Yeah, and I'm Doug.
I'm Pash.
Yeah, we're just excited to be back for yet another Thursday, and regardless of the outcome tonight, this will be our last stream of at least this semester, um, which has been incredible. I was just talking to Thomas here before, we rolled cameras. Like, this is by far the longest 2 semesters, longest year of Rocket League that we've done, and it's been incredible. And yeah, we'll be starting up again pretty soon. So about
Absolutely.
3.5 months, I bet. So
Well, it was a bit of a melancholic drive for me because, I'm not on campus anymore. It's about a 40-minute drive. And I drove here and I'm like, this is the last time for this academic year. We've accomplished so much here in this overall season of SVSU esports.
yeah,
We had 6 out of 12 teams making nationals. We had a majority of our team making playoffs in both both seasons, both fall and winter seasons.
Yep.
We had the program first of winning our regional competitions, both with Rocket League and Overwatch in the fall divisions. We've accomplished a lot, and this has been a very historical season here at SVSU Esports, and it warms my heart to be a part of it. And yeah, just had 40 minutes to contemplate on the drive here, and I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm hoping for bigger things next year, but it's tough seeing this big year come to an end, because this is what really put into perspective, and I'm like, wow, we're really doing something here. You know?
We're doing incredible. Everyone here with the SVSU Esports program is doing incredible work, and yeah, it's been great to be a part of it, and hopefully we continue to progress and have even a better year next year, which will be incredible considering how well this year has gone. So yeah, always hoping for the future in that case, but right now it's all about Rocket League A team, who unfortunately lost last week's game. I can't remember who or what the score was.
4-3.
4-3. It was game 7.
Hard to forget that one. Very hard fought battle.
Can't remember who it was against, but yeah, hard fought battle. Sorry.
It was against Shenandoah University.
Oh yeah.
The losers of that match and then of the other match, I'm not sure who New Mexico played, but the losers of those matches knew that they were going to be advancing the next week no matter what, to either play in the winner grand finals for first and second or the losers grand finals for third and fourth. We unfortunately find ourselves in the losers grand finals for third and fourth, but we have to look at the silver lining of things and think we're looking for third and fourth in the nation.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you don't make it this far just by accident. So they're playing really well. And as just mentioned, tonight's matchup is going to be SVSU Red against New Mexico State University. As of now, New Mexico State University is not officially checked in, so there may be potential for a forfeit, but we shall not assume for that to happen so far. We are just going to keep an ear out and keep an eye out and see what happens.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was a hard-fought battle for A team to make it this far. Obviously, they've been incredible throughout the season, winning that championship in Division 4. Unfortunately, not making the playoffs, I believe, in Division 3 when they got bumped up, but able to play nationals for Division 4 and going pretty far, as you can see here. You know, making it to the last week, like you were saying, 4th place in the nation for Division 4 NECC is not anything to scoff at. It's definitely, you know, a sign of this good team chemistry and a great team that we have here as a team, which is incredible to have. And yeah, hopefully they can progress more next year, obviously, but yeah, tonight they'll get to decide if they place on the podium for nationals. So.
Absolutely. I mean, and we got to talk about our rookie this year, Near, formerly just Cam,
yeah.
But currently Near. It's important to mention how much he's kind of been a connecting factor, almost like a thread that's able to sew up the team. Lieutenant Bobby, you know, I get to call him that because of the last match, makes me happy.
Name changes his back.
Lieutenant Bobby and Camo, they're both very good players and they're both very good team players. You're just trying to find that third player. You know, we formerly had Son of Edmund, who was a very good player, but unfortunately, I can't say unfortunately. That's so gamery of me. Fortunately for him, he has the privilege of having a wife and a child that he loves so very much. And so obligations come first. And, you know, he had to take care of his family first and didn't have as much time to practice Rocket League and everything, and absolutely no hard feelings. I mean,
completely understandable.
You can't blame him for parenting before playing video games.
Yes.
But, you know, Cam, freshman, no kids. He's able to practice a little bit more, and I got to talk to Near a little bit. Really enjoyed the chemistry that he brought to the team. And they all seem to be really good friends outside of it. I see them online a lot, being friends with them on Rocket League or Epic overall. I see them all playing 3s or 2s matches offline, not offline, but outside of practices together and just building team chemistry. They'll play other games together and whatnot. I know Bobby is excited to play anything but Rocket League.
Well, I mean, like we were saying here, it's been such a long season of Rocket League. You know, it's kind of a grind to get through all these playoff systems that they've gone through. You know, each and every team in esports too. But for Rocket League especially, this season has been incredibly long. And yeah, especially now, you know, it's been 8 months of Rocket League playing for a team. You know, winning the championship, making the deep playoff run then last semester, and then having now this nationals kind of, you know, playoff bracket run. Yeah, you're probably sitting there like, man, I just kind of want to break from the game, break from the stress, and hopefully that the summer will bring that break and also some practice, maybe a little bit of improvement too.
When you got to think halfway through this overall season, we had Marvel Rivals come out, and that's a big game. That's a lot of fun, and so I know Bobby wanted to play a lot since then. I was actually about to inform that New Mexico did check in. I got word from our captain Camo.
Yeah.
But the actual sound effects and the gameplay beat me to it, so we get a visual aid here to show that they are in fact here. We're getting right into match 1. See Mr. Solo Dolo being the first man. Love that name. And a very long name here. Wow.
That is a book.
Now this guy's just named Uni.
Simple. Yep, the classic A team here, of course. Camo Near and Lieutenant Bobby.
Now it's going to be interesting to see what kind of matchup we have tonight, whether we're going to see some mechanical brilliance, whether we're going to see just some bump-heavy gameplay, leaving open opportunities like last week. It could honestly be anything. We've seen Mr. Solo Dolo with a shot. Near is able to make the save.
Moves in now.
51 by Uni. It's going to be cleared away by Camo, sent back in by Mr. Solo Dolo.
That's a great name.
Absolutely is.
You know, it's been a while since we've gotten a consecutive games with just incredible names, I feel.
I know. The names are getting better, I gotta say.
Comes Camo now. Gets it past Uni with the flick. Has boost with it. Down the left side. Shoots, hits the post. Bobby with the rebound.
Back in. Scores! And
Lieutenant Bobby!
SVSU takes your first lead here in game 1.
I was saying Lieutenant Bobby.
I know.
Brings
LT
back
Bobby won.
Brings back so many memories, and yeah, really good flick there by Camo to set that play up. Unfortunately, sends it wide to the post, but Bobby's there to pick up that rebound and shoot it in off the other post, but in. So now it's 1-0 lead for SVSU.
Absolutely.
Seem
Hopefully
to
we
have
can
lost our menu.
Yeah, hopefully we can get the nameplates back up in here.
Don't know how that happened. Oh, yeah, now we have nothing. No nameplates whatsoever.
Yes. There we are. Oh, no. That perfect. Oh.
We're flashing in and out here. As you see, New Mexico has some offense right now.
Yeah, we see Uni is going to go for a little bit of a double tap. Actually, it's going to pop back down. This should be a wall man play.
Whoa, what's going on here?
We have a rule
got a rule
between
one.
Uni and I believe Lieutenant Bobby.
Yeah, you can't see. Those nameplates are on they're still missing too on the field. Camo going up for that one, misses. Here comes Bobby.
No, it's not going to be Bobby then, so it's near that. Well, actually, they broke that rule 1. I do believe it was Bobby that was involved in that. This is Bobby, leaving Bobby in an awkward position. Nobody's there to capitalize.
I can't even. I'm not even.
TH3. His name is TH3. Wow, that's quite a username. I feel like he's trying to just hit the caps limit. See
Yeah,
TH3 trying to get a clear in, but Uni's going to miss that. This is going to be back. Camo, shot, Near scores.
Near.
Just over 2 minutes played here, and SVSU has averaged a goal per minute.
Good play here by SVSU to set this up in their own zone. And once again, this time's a shot at the crossbar, but an SVSU player there to pick up the rebound. 2-0 SVSU.
Absolutely. Very strong game 1 here from SVSU Red. They're playing comfortable in their element. They really don't have much they need to change here as of now. Shot. Saved by Bobby.
It was one of those tricky shots that bounces off the ground.
This is a clear. There's no saving this. Scores!
Near. Once again, making it 3-0 SVSU.
And very heavy counterattack from New Mexico. Left no third man to be able to defend this one. And Near just gets a clear right at the goal. And all of a sudden, it's 3-0.
Been a good game so far for SVSU.
Yeah, and the game 1 being arguably the most commanding. This could be back into it again. Uni's going to be... No!
Near scores again. This time we've lost our nameplates again, but it doesn't even matter.
Near with the hat trick now.
Yeah.
Looks like Uni had this save, but just got caught, flicked, moving a little too quickly, you know. That's a very nerve-wracking play to make because you're like, I need to be able to get this. I can't just pound it into my own goal. And then you end up missing.
I don't believe Uni hit that initially either.
No, he did not.
So
there's going to be another counterattack. Look at Bobby misses. Well, Bobby doesn't miss, but he was going to play that 50. Camo pops it up, gets another touch. Still has control past him over to our last man. Bobby's going to meet it there in the corner. Gets a good first touch.
Popping up here.
Uni.
New Mexico.
Camo off that back wall is going to meet Uni. It's met by TH3. Clear by Bobby is going to be met by Camo. 50. Settled down here in the SVSU corner, and we're going to see who comes in. Uni comes in looking for a pass opportunity. SVSU all over this.
Camo
50'd over into the New Mexico corner.
Trying to keep this offense going. New Mexico, they definitely need some offense here.
Yeah, I mean 4-0 and in game 1 here, 3.5 minutes played. You really got to get some offense going. You know, maybe you want to call this one a wash. Four goals in a minute and a half, far from unheard of, very difficult. But you want to break the shutout to prove that you can score.
Exactly. New Mexico
Camo
hasn't had the greatest offense.
recovering with a flip reset. Does get it over. Scores!
What a goal from Camo as he's buzzing in this game 1 here.
Important to mention, I can't say it was a bad first touch. You know, it was a decent first touch, but not the best first touch. You could saw he got under it and had to waste some boost to get back and meet that air dribble.
Yeah, and Uni was playing that one off the wall, so it was really hard to make a save once Camo, you know, was able to get that reset and flip. 5 goals for SVSU here in game 1. Very commanding game they've played.
Entering the last minute here of the game, there's going to be 50 down. Going to be a shot opportunity possibly from SVSU. Mr. Solo Dolo clears that one away.
Bobby, though, the save.
Demo on near. They're looking for a big counterattack here. Pass. Stopped by Bobby. Bobby meets it in the corner. Mr. Solo Dolo, mental games, 50.
I mean, it could clear off that 50. This Camo's going to challenge
TH3 off the wall. Does get it past that first man. If he can catch on his car, that's a good setup. This is a Uni. Shot. Scores!
Uni scores and does break the shutout. It's 5-1.
Very good play recognition here. You saw the perfect 50. Uni, quick tap on the brakes. Just gets a quick shot in. Breaking the shutout is very important. Might be late here in game 1, but it's a big step for New Mexico.
Yeah, you can tell near there was I believe inside of the post, and that's very hard when you get kind of caught up on the post or the crossbar trying to make a save and nothing
Definitely.
you can do
Mr.
there.
Solo Dolo pass. Scores! 6 seconds after that first one, and it's not over. 5 goals in 46 seconds would be pretty wild. Quite a momentum shifter.
New Mexico just gotten 2 goals pretty much instantaneously. Yeah, 3 goals in 40 seconds is not impossible. It's a great kickoff goal, and it's exactly what they need here if they're going to have a chance of tying this up.
Absolutely. And you want to play, I mean, even if you don't win this one, already, having those 2 quick goals it's helping you recover a lot. Where you see TH3 meeting that 50 there, good recognition.
It's Bobby. Get back
Over
in by
here,
Uni.
near
Through the corner by Near.
crucial clear. Gets a second touch on it. Boost spawns at an opportune time.
Bobby's going to be going up for this one, trying to clear it, trying to keep it out of SVSU's defensive zone. Passing it to the middle, too, for Near. It's 50 though.
Down.
Still has
Misses
control
the flip.
of this.
50 it into the midfield. This is going to be TH3 missing it.
Hits the crossbar for Bobby, but doesn't score. 5-2, SVSU the winner of game 1. Very commanding game 1 here.
Extremely commanding. And, I mean, SVSU, we talk about the game 1s a lot.
Yeah.
And very important for SVSU to play strong out of game 1. You know, they can recover from a bad game 1 very well. But we've shown time and time again that if you have a good game 1, you tend to have a good game 2 and 3 and 4. And so they've got a good foundation set. Game 2 has now become, I mean, I guess this is how you can say it for any series, but game 2 is now the most important game. You've won that game 1, you're like, all right, we won. You can't shake yourself up too much and get too comfortable and see what we've seen before, where all of a sudden a 5-2 game gets turned around into a 6-1 game in New Mexico's favor. Getting here into game 2, we'll see what happens.
Should, reiterate, this is still a best of 7, so.
Absolutely. Late playoff format is always a best of 7, and it's not going to be changing here in the semifinals. Double tap opportunity saved by Lieutenant Bobby. 51 by Lieutenant Bobby, meeting it in the corner. It's going to be awkward. Solo Dolo.
I believe the name is the Onceler, right?
It is the one slur.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I was studying that earlier when we had the end screen. I was like, oh, it's the Onceler. It's not as difficult as it looks.
Yeah,
Once you kind of look at it for 5 minutes, I guess. But here comes Bobby regardless. Bringing it down the right side for SVSU. Trying to get this centered for anyone. It's cleared by Solo Dolo.
Apparently the Onceler has rebranded his business, and he no longer specializes in truffula trees.
Pass over to Bobby.
Scores!
Very nice 50 here by Camo, the way to stick with it and get a nice pass over to Bobby.
Yeah, good recognition and placement from Bobby. Bobby saw both of those defenders coming, realizing got to put it on the right side.
And got to shoot low. Both those New Mexico players were right in the middle of the net, so.
Absolutely.
Bobby shooting the low is what gets it in. 1-0 SVSU.
Bobby just barely having enough beans for that.
I know. Had enough mustard to get that ball over. He's near again. This one takes a bad bounce.
Near gets demoed there on the corner. Camo's trying to find that boost, but it's not there. And Near gets demoed again.
I believe so, yeah. That pass from New Mexico player is just...
This is a shot.
No one.
Scores!
Score! The Onceler.
It's looking like that demo right there may have caused SVSU to be turned around a little bit. Near kind of found himself in no man's land. Bobby found himself, I think, rotating back in the corner for boost.
Looked like just kind of a free play goal there for New Mexico. Able to get recognition and a nice, very nice passing play there.
Tie game and an important goal to get.
Ooh.
Fakes one. Flicks doesn't get the flick on Solo Dolo. Camo meets it off the wall, isn't able to get that second 50. Uni. Pass past one. Near saves.
Save with no boost.
And in that situation, I can definitely see why Near would hesitate a little bit because you're not sure if that's going to hit the post or if that's going in.
Ooh, Onceler got completely bumped there. Camo, though, trying to keep it.
Picking up that boost on the way, looking for another pass. Does get it past one. We're going to see the Onceler going up for it. Double tap shot.
Camo trying to get the rebound
Lots of back and forth here. Uni is going to meet it. Pass into his teammate. Uni again. Pounce off the back wall. Near leaving it for Camo. 50 with Solo Dolo.
Still in the corner here from New Mexico. Looking to try and center this one. He's going to clear it. Bobby and Camo are right next to it.
Yeah, SVSU in some strange positioning there. Definitely to say the least.
The Onceler still in there. Near. Gets the save on the goal line. It's
Bobby
cleared.
clears it. Camo has it.
Able to get over Uni, but still going to stick with it here.
Uni sends it back into the corner.
The
Misses. Double miss.
From the Onceler and Lieutenant Bobby. The clear on the shot and the ball just goes sailing to the other corner.
Officially marking the halfway point here in the game.
Camo
gets a pass.
Scores! What a play by Camo here right off their own offense. New Mexico trying to get a counterattack, has two people up in Solo Dolo, which is out of position for this one.
Yeah, Solo Dolo being caught on the drift. You can't even blame him for not making the save. He's barely turned around before Camo makes that flick.
I mean, that was a great steal from Camo and a great quick shot just to get over Solo Dolo and put it on net.
Absolutely. We're going to look for some demos here. I saw the Onceler was coming in with force and vigor.
Who's Bobby now? He can take us up to the wall.
Doesn't have the boost to do much, but
able to get past one.
Yeah,
almost
kind of
got
gets it
Uni.
past two.
Near.
And this is back.
This
Camo.
is for Camo.
Scores!
Oh, it scores!
It's Near.
It looks like it must have just fallen in then.
I know, it looked like we were going for a double tap, but Near gets it past that last defender right there, and there's nobody. Except almost Uni.
Yeah. And Camo, they're trying to get that goal, but yeah, what a nice little just touch on it from Near. Just to send it sailing over one of the New Mexico players and just slowly fall in.
SVSU finding a quick turnaround. Camo getting demoed in the off screen. But SVSU finding a quick turnaround here. You know, tied up, bounced.
Bobby getting the bump on Uni, but not hitting the ball.
Near does get that flip reset, uses it for a 50. Camo's being forced to get back. This
Onceler
for
Solo Dolo, and New Mexico scores. 3-2. This is a very close game here.
Absolutely. I was just about to say SVSU found their footing with two quick goals in the last 30 seconds, but
once again, this is a case of SVSU's defense is getting completely caught off guard. New Mexico capitalizes. 1:45 remaining, and this game has gone by.
This is another good opportunity for New Mexico, sent away by Lieutenant Bobby. He does have the possession to follow it up. It's sent ever so slightly off course by Solo Dolo.
Onceler trying to make a play here. Solo Dolo trying to keep the offense going. Near, though, going to try and clear it, but Uni was there to keep us in the corner.
Playing more demo and bump heavy after that double demo on Near at the beginning of this game. Say that might have gotten the emotions going.
Bobby.
Mr.
Solo Dolo.
Camo!
Score! What a play! Gets the tap! What a play from Camo, though, regardless, and it's another goal for SVSU.
And this is these moments, wow, right into Bobby. This is these moments when I love the replay system, because wow, do you just want to see that again.
Another great play from Camo there, making a play in the corner, getting a shot towards Bobby to knock one in for SVSU. The type of insurance goal you would need, too, in the last minute.
Onceler trying to play some mind games there on Camo. Camo not falling for it. Shot off the crossbar. Off the crossbar.
Off the crossbar, as Near has a really good goal. But it was a little bit contested.
This one. Pass over to Near. It's actually going to be met by Uni. Toward Near.
Oh, but Near misses that. Near had an empty net off of a misplay from Uni.
Looked like
It's
Lieutenant
Wansler
Bobby
now.
was going to be going for an air dribble off the ceiling, wanting to get a ceiling reset. Didn't have the good first touch.
Very
Good
good
recognition
control.
from Near. What a goal from Wansler.
Scores.
You got to commend that.
Yeah, and this one from Near. Trying to clear it in the middle, but doesn't get a good hit. Another great passing play here from New Mexico. You can see they got incredible passing. Catches SVSU off guard. Quick shot from Wansler goes in. Now, all they got to do is score one more to force an overtime and 30 seconds left of gameplay. But here comes Bobby off the kickoff.
Mind games. 50.
Near.
Saved by Uni.
No! What a read by Near, and he scores!
Near spiking it down on Uni. Uni being completely lined up for that save because Near gets one. Uni saves it. Spike down. What a read from Near.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you know, if you're Near, you're already committed to the shot, so he's probably just thinking, I might as well try to read that save as well. Boost directly into it, and it goes in.
And that's a huge momentum killer for New Mexico. I mean, you were down one goal with about 30 seconds to go,
yeah.
And now you have a 2-goal deficit to make in the same amount of time. Tough. Entering the last 10 seconds here, and it's going to take about a miracle. Bobby gets a good pass. This is being sent up, and they're just playing possession. SVSU is going to take another one.
Oh, save from the Wansler at the buzzer beater. But regardless, SVSU wins this game 5-3, taking a 2-0 series lead. Incredibly close game here. As the New Mexico players' ping is going into the stratosphere, it looks like.
Well, that's what's crazy is they have really good ping. It's just a matter of packet loss, probably.
Most likely, but
if they're not going to call a timeout, then I imagine that it's cosmetic. I mean, it sounds weird, but every once in a while you can be playing Rocket League, and it'll tell you that you have the worst connection known to man, but your connection is fine. Interesting stuff. It's
I will
an anomaly.
say some analysis to take out of that game as we're starting up game 3 really quick here. I feel like what was important for New Mexico was getting that first goal sooner. Getting that goal to tie it up early, 1-1 in the game, rather than getting a goal after 5 consecutive SVSU goals. They got to do more of that, stick with them more, and that's the way they're going to win this series. But SVSU, 5 goals in 2 games now.
Absolutely.
So.
We found a lot of back and forth there in the game, too. Some wall dashes gives Uni a little bit of a setup, but honestly, I think Uni... Whoa!
I didn't see that.
SVSU got a good clear, but I couldn't tell which player it was. The player that got the clear got sent into the stratosphere by our own teammate.
That happens.
Near playing boostless, gets a good 50. Met by Bobby.
Gets it over the Wansler. Met by Uni, though.
Uni has good control, and our last man got bumped away. This is going to be an awkward play for SVSU. That stall ball in the corner was very imperative. Bobby using a pool shot.
Oh, and gets the demo as well, yeah. Get the pool shot to get the clear, and then demos. The Mexico player.
I gotta give mention. It seems like SVSU is playing very well rounded right now. They're playing well offensively, defensively. They're passing. They're demoing. There is not, they're not focusing in one category too much.
Yeah, very good effort from both these teams, but I can agree with you on that one there.
There's gonna be a shot looking for bumps. I think New Mexico's noticing that SVSU's got really strong defense, and the one way to catch them off guard is to try and bump that last man.
We have seen New Mexico get a lot of demos. So maybe if they lean more into that, that might lead to more openings for them. That might be the thought process. Solodolo scores! It's the first lead in this series I believe New Mexico has had. I'm not mistaken.
It's the first time New Mexico has scored first, and it's the first respective lead that New Mexico has taken.
Yeah, getting the first goal of this game, too. The first time in this series as well. That's got to be a big confidence booster. Once again, catching SVSU's defense completely off guard.
Solodolo missing that awkward ball in the corner, missing it again. Everybody's missing it. He's going to look for a double.
Near though.
Save. Camo just looks for a clear off the broken play.
And you're looking for a pass over 50. He's going to be back over in the center. Solodolo pops it up, though. Be a shot for Uni, but he has no boost, so he looks to go back. It's a bad hit from Solodolo. SVSU trying to keep their offense going here. The back pass was broken up by the Wansler. Bobby with the 50. It's going to be dropping right by the net, though.
Good setup.
The Wansler
bump.
scores!
And you can see the bump is what made that play right there.
Yeah, New Mexico here flipping the script. We got a 2-0 lead here, about halfway through the game almost.
SVSU's getting caught on their heels a little bit in this game 3 here. Got very comfortable. I mean, a 2-0 lead. I always talk about 2-0 leads in the games. I've never talked about a 2-0 lead in the series. I can imagine I'd be quite comfortable in a 2-0 lead in a best-of-7 series. You can drop, at that point, two games.
They already won 2. It's got to go win 2 more, right? It's probably what SVSU's thinking, but right now they got to really, play a little more scrappy. You get a little more effort into this game if they want to salvage game 3 here.
You've got to dial it back in, and the important thing is you can't sit back so much. I've found SVSU sitting back a lot, and they're getting caught in last-man bumps, demos on your last defender. Bobby
trying to look for a cross, gets a demo on a defender. Camo's going to throw this on net. Save from the Onceler. Near and Bobby kind of in the same position here. Near caught with no boost, though. Yeah,
Near just trying to figure out when to challenge that ball and picking a pretty good time. Getting a good
play.
First touch.
Got past 2. Almost got
back
past
into Solo Dolo. Camo's going to pick it up off that back wall into the corner. Bobby meets it over to Solo Dolo.
Near, though. Throwing it back in.
Looks like they're trying to toss him back at the goal over and over until they can catch that last man. Well, I guess all the men in this situation out of position.
I mean, that's definitely a strategy, and that works. It's just a matter of when will the defense break, and you never know when that's going to happen before they are able to get it clear.
Bobby almost having an opportunity.
Near almost makes that.
Camo off
Rebound
the
off the post. They hit
and
2
they missed
posts.
it again. Back towards Bobby. Bobby gets pumped off the ball. That could have been a really good goal from Bobby if he had that opportunity. 50s goes down and Near.
Might have a chance, but
can't meet it.
Flying wild right there, not able to stick with it.
Entering the last minute of the game in this game. Entering the last minute of the game in this game 3 here is flown by. Solo Dolo with a pass to the middle, met by Uni. Looking for a double.
2 goals in about a minute is not impossible, so we'll see what SVSU can muster. Near, luckily, probably looked around, saw no one was there. Elected to play that one slow.
Uni flicking it up. It's off that back wall. This is a good pass, and he gets that demo.
And on the respawning Near, too.
Near's just been taking it rough this game. I mean, it's real tough for him. Near, again, what do they have against him?
They must not like him, I guess. New Mexico, though, keeping this offense going means that SVSU doesn't have any space to get another goal, or let alone 2.
Enforcing, yeah. I mean, the demo Near strategy seems to be working. Camo looks to make it
off the post again. SVSU just cannot convert on these attempts they have right now.
And
this one's going to be going in.
Go off the post again.
Off the post. I've been saying
Bobby
that one a lot lately.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been playing a lot of post hockey.
Who's Near?
I think they were looking for a power of friendship, like little pinch down goal at this point. I mean, what have you got to lose?
3. New Mexico taking a very commanding game 3 win here, shutting out SVSU 2-0 win. And yeah, that really brings them back into the series here. I mean, obviously being down 2-0 in the series is no good, but now 2-1, kind of save yourself a little bit, Have to regroup for game 4 here. Try to win that, tie up the series, make it a best of 3. But yeah, I think what we were saying too was that, of course we mentioned SVSU was playing a complete game, and it seems like they just totally got caught off on the defense there. And New Mexico switching into a more physical style demoing was working. So we'll see if they're able to keep that up, or if SVSU is able to counter that at all.
I mean, the concept of team play styles in Rocket League, it's a lot like a gear. If you've got one tooth that's bad, you're going to slip gears. Your mechanism isn't going to work the way it's intended. And so I've noticed here in this game 3, our defensive gear is starting to get worn out. It's not that they're not making saves or whatever, but they find themselves on their back foot and getting bumped, getting demoed, and then you have no opportunity to make that save. You have no opportunity to show your skill. And the big thing is trying to avoid the bumps. I know SVSU players are really good at recovering from being bumped, but the way New Mexico University comes in, they come in with force, and you really are not able to recover from a bump that sends you to the wall.
And SVSU with 5 goals those first 2 games each, having 0 goals in game 3 is definitely concerning. They have to have more of that energy they had in those first 2 games. They want to kind of take the series back and have the momentum shift back in their favor.
Onceler has it on top of his car. Camo the save.
Reads the flick. Uni with it now. Trying to play it slow to get past Camo, but Near was there.
Near gets bumped into the ball, actually benefiting SVSU. Bobby with a catch.
Uni, though, getting it off his car.
Saw Uni pre-jump, was trying to go low. This is going to catch SVSU really off guard here.
Shot from Solo Dolo. He coming in at a bad angle and the sharp angle shot as well.
Bobby misses that. This could be wide open.
Score! The Onceler places it in the corner. New Mexico takes another lead here in game 4 now.
Yeah, Bobby missing that clear right there leaves him with a golden opportunity, honestly.
Yeah, once again, SVSU just really caught playing a little too high up on the field.
They got caught in an offensive groove, and I think they wanted to keep that carrying, and you can't blame that whatsoever. But you can't get caught moving forward too fast. Uni with a little bit of a missed pinch there. Looking for in the air passing play that was almost extremely dangerous and impressive. Once they're playing disruptor, back towards Camo, save
with the shot, near the save. Near now trying to get out.
50 with
Get out of the
Onceler.
defensive zone for SVSU. Just popping in the middle. No one's there though. Camo's gonna try to take this. Gets past one.
Yeah, switching the fields there is a really good play.
Camo
Scores! What an angle there.
Going from end to end here. Yeah, with no boost. Yeah, and just I believe that New Mexico player just misses it, and maybe Camo was going for a 50, but regardless, puts it on net from from almost an impossible angle.
Yeah, regardless,
scores.
it goes in. Camo with again. Oh,
Onceler sends it too high. He had an empty net. Oh man. Had a wide open
and this
net
is
off the
important
kickoff.
for Uni to recover from the last time.
Yeah, wide open net from the kickoff, and Onceler was not able to finish on that one.
This could be a floater right off that crossbar, but Bobby's there able to make it. Camo not the best first touch, met by Near. You see Uni with a quick
recovers.
turnaround. Near getting a bump.
Onceler sending this one heartily back in.
Uni, a little bit of an error there, I'm thinking.
Are you trying to clear this? Keeping the ball in this corner though. New
Yeah,
Mexico.
lots of back and forth
Ooh.
here. Camo batting that dangerous opportunity away. Near with a little bit of a backflip off the crossbar.
Off the crossbar. That touch from Mir might have been what they needed.
Yeah. Does get the first flip reset. Might have gotten a second one. I'm not 100% sure. Near is carrying it off the back wall. Gets it past that first man, and Bobby's
Good play
bumping
by
second
Near.
man. Near almost gets the pinch in, but Camo's going to
Camo.
send it. Save. This should be third man. He leaves early.
Oh no, yeah, Camo just sends that ball to right where Solodillo was coming off the wall.
Camo's going to meet this one
Unfortunate.
off the back wall. Pass to the mid. Bobby.
Oh,
Off the post.
What a save from Solodolo. He should have gotten the save, but doesn't, and on the stats there.
And it seems like both the teams are settled in here.
2 minutes remaining. This game has flown by. I know we've said that a lot, but
This one especially.
Yeah,
Demo
this
on the
one.
Onceler. Bobby's going to meet that one, popping it up in the corner, met by Solo Dolo.
New Mexico now trying to get some offense of their own, but Near
Pinch off the wall.
gets the
Looking-
pinch.
He was looking for a Cuxier pinch.
Camo sends this one wide too, and oh, I think that was Solodolo who flew past the ball. Here was Near.
Near looking for a triple.
It's gonna be for Camo. Oh, but wait, Bobby, no, Bobby was gonna hit that but missed it, so Camo was just waiting.
Yeah, a little bit of a missed opportunity there from a miscommunication. And we
Near.
see a completely dead 50.
And Near had to be there to stop that attempt
Bobby,
from happening.
good touches. Sent into the SVSU corner. Camo's got possession. Picks up that boost. Uni disrupts the danger. It's going to just not disrupt it again.
Camo gets a demo on the Onceler.
Uni getting a crucial couple of touches there to let them recover from that demo. Bobby.
Was dropping down. It's going to go to the left side now for SVSU. Solodolo trying to get this out of the zone here.
Playing such a bump-heavy game here in this game 4.
Oh, too far for Solodolo, so Uni tries to throw it back into the corner. Yeah, I was going to be on the wall for this one. Disrupts. Near. Scary opportunity here for the Onceler. Hits the crossbar. Bobby's out of position.
Scores.
And Solodolo scores. Yeah, this is just a breakdown here from SVSU. You see Bobby obviously not, waiting for that to hit the crossbar, but just facing the wrong way to receive that.
Yeah, Bobby's in an awkward spot, and I can't blame him for relying on the crossbar.
He was dead center in the net too, so there's nothing you can do. Had to try a quick turnaround, but by that point it's already going in. 2-1, New Mexico here in Game 4. Can they tie up the series, or does SVSU have one more goal in them to send it to an overtime?
They're getting caught over their heads a lot. They're playing very high up, and in this situation, understandably so.
Yes, but this has been happening, it seems, these last 2 games. In any
Consistently.
goal situation, so that's something that definitely need to fix here going into Game 5.
The dying moments here of the game.
Camo sends this
it
one wide. Still up. Uni keeps it up with possession now. There's Bobby. Bobby trying to get a double tap, but misses it.
Bouncing down right in front of the New Mexico goal.
Surely that would have been a goal in any other situation. But regardless, New Mexico takes Game 4 2-1. This one a lot closer.
Extremely close games now. I mean, we just saw SVSU taking 2 and New Mexico taking 2. And you can see a clear difference in SVSU's gameplay in games 1 and 2 and then games 3 and 4. Like we've mentioned, them getting caught with the ball being soared over their heads and whatnot. We see Near changing here. Might be changing from Octane to Fennec. So we'll have to see here.
But yeah, no, SVSU was actually, I saw Camo get that one demo, so perhaps they were trying to play a more bump-heavy game than match New Mexico's, and it seems like it was almost working out there, but regardless, New Mexico gets that and ties the series up 2-2, making this a best of 3. So whoever wins this Game 5 will be crucial.
Absolutely, they're going to take the momentum in this series. And as of now, New Mexico has all of the momentum. Well, all the momentum is a bit of a stretch.
Well, SVSU had a valiant Game 4, and a 3-1 series would have been, incredible for them, obviously.
Absolutely. Huge for New Mexico to be taking that and making it a tied series as opposed to match point.
Yeah.
Camo not quite reading that wall or getting the flick that he wanted.
Who's Bobby now?
Has to send this away in the corner, noticing the quick
Good
counterattack.
read. Past the Onceler, too. Uni, this is kind of a bad hit by him, sends it back into the zone. It's going to cross for Camo. Scores!
Just pinches into that corner, and they almost got the save on this broken opportunity, I must say.
They almost did, but you can see near the Onceler and Solo Dolo were all in that scrum for this ball. Uni was trying to go to the other post, I'd imagine, to try and defend anything, but yeah, just kind of a bad hit from Uni, I believe, trying to get back on the rotation.
That was
results in an SVSU goal.
That was definitely a cluster, and I believe the Onceler, or no, it was Solo Dolo, got caught mid-speed flip.
Yeah.
And so there was nothing he could do to cancel that. That's the drawback to the speed flip as opposed to the wave dash. As long as your wheels are, as long as you're still in the air, you can cancel that wave dash anytime. Or I guess wouldn't be canceling it as opposed to just not doing it.
Who's Camo now? He trying to throw it back in, but here comes Near.
Gets it past.
Save from the Onceler. There's Bobby now coming in. Gets the demo on the Onceler as well.
Quick turnaround here from Uni. Getting all of the touches that they need to recover from the Onceler. Communication error.
Bobby hitting Camo. Camo trying to take the ball, but getting hit off it. It's a bad look for SVSU.
Perhaps it'll work out one way or another. Camo with a good catch. Meets it on the wall. 50 back down. Probably met by Bobby. Doesn't have the boost to continue that. Near does.
I believe any New Mexico player did either. Or maybe they thought they were waiting for Bobby to make a move.
That's hard to tell. This is a
shot.
shot.
From the Onceler. Saved by
off the
Near.
crossbar.
Cleared out by Camo. Still in the middle for Solo Dolo, who pops it up.
Uni's going to be looking to demo that wall.
Gets a demo.
Man.
I don't even know what happened, too. The smoke was clouding their vision. Here's Bobby, though.
Bobby 1v1 opportunity. Does get the read. Camo gets bumped.
Scores! Regardless of the bump. He recovers and scores.
Yeah, right there. Camo recovering from a bump, not getting put in a good opportunity. Quick speed flip, and Uni hits it right into him.
You're able to stick with that, too, especially hitting it off the hood of Uni. You don't know where that ball's going, and luckily it just drops before it hits the crossbar and goes in.
Absolutely. Approaching the halfway minute mark of this game.
Now, that bump was, not as far as probably that one player was hoping for Camo's sake. But.
No, sir. Uni sending it into the SVSU corner. Near's going to not be able to get that boost before Uni. Most of SVSU being found boostless. Except for Camo, who has possession. Needs it. Continuous possession. Bobby.
Good boost, though. Just kind of playing in the corner of Mexico, trying to make something out of here. Gets the flip over the net, but it just goes sailing to the other corner. And you're trying to clear it. Camo makes a good read off the Onceler's clear attempt as well.
Uni with a little pinch off the wall, sending it towards the midfield.
Onceler Scores! It's another really good passing play for New Mexico, and man, it catches SVSU completely off guard with this.
Once they're playing cherry picker, and they had that corner man in SVSU near. I wasn't quite able to tell from the camera angle if he didn't have the boost to get back, or it's very possible to just be caught in free cam.
No, I believed he just did not have the ability to get back at all.
Seeing lots of team bumps here.
Yeah. Urban's situations definitely have been just been clustered. The Solodolo scores! New Mexico ties it up in seconds within their 2 goals here.
And it seems
another situation where it's just once again getting caught. And I think Bobby was going for boost and got caught off there, perhaps. But
it's situations like these where comms are vitally important. I mean, comms are always vitally important, but right now you can tell teamwork is not there.
Bobby, good save. It's going to be up for Camo. It's a breakaway. It's an empty net, and Camo scores for 3.
Very important to have that breakaway.
And what a good hit by Bobby there. It gets it past 2 New Mexico players.
Absolutely. You let up 2 unanswered. It's good to get something like that.
And that's not anything special. Not to discount it from Bobby, but, you know, hit off the ground, it just throws New Mexico off. And it's such a powerful hit that it gets, you know, gets past the one guy going for the shot and bounces over the 3rd man.
Uni's looking to follow this, is able to follow it.
Ooh. I don't know who that is, Bobby, but he went sailing past that play.
Camo went high, was looking for a challenge, I think. Near.
Camo misses. Save. Slow roller. Scores the Onceler. I was going to say once again, SVSU is just completely caught off guard. There's no defenders here. Camo misses this near going for something. I think Bobby got hit into the net and just having a shot on net scores.
You've got to operate as a unit. You've got to operate as a unit.
SVSU, I don't know what's going on, but they need to stop getting caught off on defense like this.
Caught off on defense, and there's a lack of teamwork.
Oh, and Bobby misses that one.
Once again, Camo or Near is able to recover.
That could have completely been a goal for New Mexico.
Back off the side of the goal. For Uni flying in. Ooh. Does get it.
Uses all the boosts for that.
Mm-hmm.
Near gets a great hit though. Clear that.
Must have had a reset off the corner. That was a very late flip.
There's Bobby now. Spiked it down. It's going to be for Solodolo trying to clear this one.
Camo barely getting that.
Break it up a little bit. Solodolo having a little interesting experience there.
Last 15 seconds here. As of now, it looks like we are approaching overtime, but you will never say never as they are attacking and attacking strong.
Still in the corner. Camo trying to get a good clear here. Solodolo reading this. Over Near. Camo's going to have to go for this.
Trying to get a weird bounce off the corner. This is heading in, and if I were SVSU, I would let it bounce.
There it is. The bounce, and we have our first overtime of the series in Game 5. Who will take the advantage in the series? That'll be the answer of 1 goal here.
We see, especially in this game, this has been a game of errors on both accounts.
Yes, this has. Shot save
by Camo.
It was Near.
This is sent back in. Immediately another dangerous opportunity. No chance to get any boost.
That one's going to be sailing into the other corner.
And Solo's not going to have this one. Near getting demoed again. We need a Near demo counter.
It's at least at 5. Here comes Camo.
Camo gets it sent away. Near bumped.
Near is just getting bullied.
I know.
It's going to be dropped down for Near, but it's broken up by Onceler.
Bobby keeps it back in. This is going to be heading towards the SVSU goal, though. There's going to be Camo to catch it. Trying to get some speed on this. Gets it past that first man. Is popped up. And
Onceler with possession, though. Uni bumped it a little bit. Oh, it's right there.
Bobby knows not to commit to that.
Oh, and gets demoed, too, for trying to go for that one on the wall.
Another double commit.
They got to stop these double commits. They got to get their teamwork back here.
Absolutely. It's important to calm and be communicative. Nobody can receive that pass if both of you are making it.
There's Bobby, though. Here's Camo.
Scores!
Bobby in overtime!
I really don't know what happened here.
Lieutenant Bobby!
I just mean...
It's just an error. It's just once again, this whole game has been error after error, but SVSU getting one less error. And they win Game 5, taking match point 3-2 series lead. One more win for SVSU, and now it puts New Mexico in the must-win category for all 2 of the games left if they do force a Game 7. But, man, what a game. Yeah,
Absolutely.
this is such a weird game because you see Game 1 and 2 where SVSU is on top of their game. They had this electricity, they had this fire. They got 2 of the series lead, and then New Mexico takes that back, gets 2 wins of their own. And now this game just seems like it was kind of like, well, who wanted to win it, or who wanted to give the win away? It really seemed like with these errors, but regardless.
Camo! Off the post, now a little wide.
SVSU, though, taking a crucial series lead here.
Uni gets it past Bobby. Near's going to meet it off the wall. Recovering to get that first touch. Bobby goes under it.
If you're SVSU, too, you cannot allow it to throttle. You do not want to go to a Game 7. You got to keep this going.
Absolutely not. Game 5s and Game 7s, especially in this winter season, have been hard for SVSU. Bobby.
Saved by Solodolo on the goal line.
Saved.
Cleared by Uni. Two attempts there from SVSU, but nothing goes in.
Looking to find their offensive footing here. This
One
goes
slip.
down. Near
Saved
saved.
by Near. Uni trying to throw it back in, but misses that one. A couple of good saves here to start off in the first minute. Game 6. It's Bobby.
Bobby sends it down.
Uni scores on his own net, and Bobby gets credited for it.
Wow.
Another error. This is a very costly error from New Mexico.
Extremely costly, and
man,
ladies
I
and
don't know
gentlemen,
what Uni was trying to do there. I'll be honest. I don't mean that in a mean way, but
no. Well,
obviously trying to get back to make a defensive play, but just shoots it directly into the net.
Judging from what I would think I need to do in that situation, I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. So
Bobby,
there's a lot
though.
of panic.
Oh, that
extra touch, I
think may have thrown off Near.
Yeah.
But then again, if your Bobby trying to cross it, you're trying to get every possible hit in that ball.
Absolutely. Bobby sends it back in. Solo Dolo with a save. Onceler's going to meet it. Camo. He's got it past everyone but Uni. He's going to play a weird demo.
But it's cleared out of the way by Onceler. Near got the demo on the goal line, too.
I think Camo may not have been expecting to have that demo there.
Yeah, I mean...
Because he could have had it, just dribbled it right in.
At that point, yes, but
New Mexico
this is a
being
lot
caught.
of offense for SVSU here.
Yeah, New Mexico being caught on the back foot here.
Yeah, they desperately need a good clear here. And they might be getting it right now.
All of them do have boost. Mr. Solo Dolo has opportunity. It's going to drop. Almost gets it. Camo with a save. Another cleared opportunity. New Mexico, quick turnaround, and we just mentioned it. It's like they flicked the switch.
Yeah.
Near.
Now.
Surprised he didn't get bumped from behind.
I know, right? I was just waiting for it.
I think they were going
Bobby
for it.
gets
Bobby
a
demo into Camo.
Gets past
Camo.
one. Not past Uni, though.
Solo Dolo over to Near. Near clearing that one, not giving the follow-up. It's actually Camo who finds it. Near over to Camo. Actually over to the Onceler.
Onceler now going to try and play this and clear it. Bobby's trying to contest this, but it doesn't work out.
Pinch back to Near, and if he's not going to be contested, well, he is contested.
Still possession, though, gets a good read off of that hit from Solo Dolo.
Onceler with a catch, gets it past Camo.
Near finally getting a demo on the Onceler. It's Camo now having the boost to play this. He knows this, trying to play mind games, but goes around it. Ball's just floating there.
Extreme cluster. SVSU needs to respond now.
Near's got to hit this.
Bumps, demos, everything you can to disrupt offense. Flick up, shot opportunity, sent away by Camo. Demo
Still
on the
right
goal
there,
line.
though. And Onceler misses, too. SVSU needs to clear this one.
All three of them looking like they wanted to be the man to clear it.
There's Onceler, though. Keeping us alive from Solo Dolo. Shot was going wide, but Camo clears it anyways. Uni now, trying to take us out the ceiling. Might be on net. It is. Camo gets the save.
Already entering almost the last 90 seconds of the game here.
Shot goes wide. Hits
Off
the
the
post from
post.
Solo Dolo.
Trying to leave it. Bobby sends it clear over Uni.
Misses this.
Back to Near.
Near to Bobby.
Scores!
Yes, sir, Lieutenant Bobby.
And Near finding the two third men playing at the half mark, and that is a cardinal sin right there. Big no-no.
It works out, though.
No, I'm not
regardless.
saying big no-no for SVSU. There was two defenders sitting there at the half line.
Yeah, I was going to say Bobby did play that whole play incredibly far up, but yeah, that hit was not going to go in if he wasn't there. So
Onceler.
two-goal lead here. Last 80 seconds of, well, 75.
Camo.
Score! Oh no, it didn't go in. It hit the post. I thought for sure that was going in from New Mexico.
A demo on the Onceler. SVSU recovering.
Man,
Popped
they
up
needed
by
that to
Solo
go in
Dolo.
there.
They really did. You had faith in him. I heard the scut.
Well, oh, and the
Onceler
Onceler
scores.
scores too.
Let's see what happened here. Near trying to pop it up. Solo intercepts.
I think it hit off of Near's car, and Onceler goes low and gets past the defense.
And then
I was just
Solo
going to say, too, on that other attempt, they needed a goal here. And they got it.
Absolutely. Now it's a 1-goal game here entering the last minute of the match. And, I mean, it could be the last 10 minutes if you're really good at keeping the ball up. Camo sending this one back. Bobby wanting to commit, seeing the opportunity, but realizing probably shouldn't.
Uni scores!
What a read.
Can you believe New Mexico ties it up?
What a read. Bobby just trying to go for the clear. In that situation, you want to be hitting it off the front of your car and sending it into the corner. You don't want to leave it up to fate.
It's 2-2, 40 seconds remaining. SVSU with the 3-2 series lead. Either they can win this and end it now, or New Mexico can send us into overtime, or get another goal here to force a game 7, though. Uni
They're
sends it
playing
back
hard
in.
for it.
Bobby can send us up. Camo.
If Camo can.
Ah, man, you would have had to get that bump. It was going to go in.
Absolutely. Being sent back. A little bit of a cluster there. New Mexico all in the same area, playing pinball off each other. Shot saved by Camo.
Camo on his back foot as well. Sent back in from Uni. Shot.
Scores!
Solo Dolo. It's 3-2 New Mexico. We might be going into game 7 here. No way. 3 unanswered goals for New Mexico. 1 here in the last seconds.
And it seems like SVSU's biggest enemy in this series is playing a complete game.
Yeah, even in those first games, they're just able to outscore all the defense that they messed up on, which was 2 and 3 goals against. This one's going to hit the ground. SVSU blew a 2-0 lead in Game 6 here. Now we're going to Game 7. New Mexico is able to do it.
Approaching Game 7, I'm seeing a lot of parallels from last week. And I'm seeing that SVSU needs to learn from their mistakes. Because this is the same exact situation we saw last week. SVSU had the match point win, or they had it so they were at match point at 3-2 once again last week against Shenandoah. And they dropped that game, taking it to Game 7. And it's much closer this game, so hopefully things will be different. Because I remember the Game 6 in last week being about 5-2 or something like that. Pretty rough. But
yeah,
SVSU needs to play a complete game, and outscoring teams is just not the opportunity to be had.
Perhaps Uni is waiting to ready up here too as well for New Mexico. Perhaps they're trying to use this as a little bit of a break, kind of talk about their chemistry for going into Game 7 here. A goal from each New Mexico player here, though. After 2 unanswered, a 2-0 lead in Game 6 from SVSU is what's sending them into a Game 7 scenario. And man, it's incredible because, we have these 7-game series, and you think you will not see this many Game 7s, but man, we have seen so many Game 7s and Game 5s. It's incredible. It really is. It's like, once per week we see a final game ender scenario where it's, winner take all instead of just a whole, shorter series. But we're going to be going into Game 7 here as soon as we get that spectate cam.
Yeah, hopefully we can have our spectator button hitting real
Camo
quick.
gets
Camo
a
the
demo. Yeah, hopefully we get the spectate button. Oh.
This is going to be sent down with a shot. Near is able to get the save.
Goes past. Onceler, though, goes past. Here comes Near down the left side. They try and commentate this one. I can't see it. It's crossed over. Solo Dolo is going to try to keep this up the center. Camo now.
Breaking this one up. This is heading back towards the SVC.
Save from Near.
Bounce back up.
Onceler.
Uni is going to send it, looking for a spike.
Solo Dolo sends
Back off
us
the
up
back
high.
net. Uni.
Who's Near? Heading towards our camera. Uni as well, trying to break this up and put it back into the corner. Here we go. Uni.
Bobby with the clear. Solo Dolo. Bobby wins that 50.
Who's Uni? No, it does not get the hit he was looking for on that one, that's for sure.
Clearing
Fast back though to Solo Dolo.
Yeah, trying to maintain possession. Bobby's able to intercept this one. Doesn't create possession for very long. Solo Dolo has a good opportunity here. This is going to be bouncing back down.
Score! The Onceler gets the first goal of Game 7.
And
it's a really good read from Solo Dolo, and it takes that funky bounce off the corner. Leaves Near in a really tough situation with no boost, especially on that post.
Absolutely. You find, I've noticed a lot of the defensive men waiting for the bounce, and in high-level Rocket League, that's not something you can be doing.
Yeah, for SVSU's sake, or even New Mexico's sake, you cannot be waiting. You have to, have the initiative when it comes to either, a shot or a save.
Absolutely.
Any sort of read.
In high-level Rocket League like this, everyone can flip reset. Everyone knows their mechanics. It's a matter of speed and who can do it faster.
There's Uni picking this up from Solo Dolo, who missed it downfield. Camo, though, with it. Uni getting a demo again.
Uni bumping his own teammate.
Here's Bobby now. Uni, though, clearing this one. For the Onceler, sends this one wide, though.
Yeah,
trying to get a tip
the touch
on
he
it.
was looking for.
Yeah, as we've seen so many times before. Bobby and Camo are up for
Camo
this one.
saved by the Onceler. I think Camo saw the shot recognition. Trying to get Bobby to pop that one back down. Near scores!
What a passing play from SVSU. It's all tied up.
This play felt like it was going in slow motion.
I know. This shot felt like it was slow motion. And Solo Dolo trying to read a fastball shot from Near, but Near was a little ahead of it, so he sends it wide, and Solo Dolo almost gets the save on it, but was not able to. Here's Uni off the kickoff.
Shot.
Near
saved by Near.
Camo gets it clear too.
Sends it back in. Uni hitting it, trying to meet it there on the wall. It is going to be met. Probably a 50 with Bobby.
Good hit from Bobby. Clear though from Solo Dolo out of harm's way. Near playing off the wall with this. Kind of loses it though.
Yeah, not getting the touch he was looking for. Solo Dolo's got good control in the corner. Stall ball.
In the corner now for New Mexico. Oh, just Near coming down from space. This takes it out of Bobby's hands.
Camo with a save. Might have a breakaway. Uni's got it. Uni uses his wow. Midfield in here. Uni's gonna send it backwards. It's gonna have to be the Onceler.
Near with the save on that shot. I was gonna say I didn't want to say it, but you saw him Near backflip trying to get. There's still pressure from New Mexico, but he went and had to use the back of the net and drive all the way up because he knew he had no boost to make.
Playing some mental games for that 50 here. Mr. Solo Dolo is gonna be there for a pretty easy save.
Oh, almost a shot attempt there from Camo. Broken up by Solo Dolo.
Near off this back wall, gets it over the Onceler, pass over to Camo, met by Solo Dolo. Bobby needs to leave it, and
Bobby with a save. Holding our breath in the booth here.
Recovering off the error.
I thought he was going to try and hit into the corner, and maybe he thought he had more time, but that was almost another goal from New Mexico here, off an error.
Those are situations when your teammates got to be your eyes.
Camo bumping Lieutenant Bobby, then getting demoed from Uni. Another brutal demo view. We get about one of those a week.
Yeah, Near winning that 50.
Onceler sending this one high.
Off crossbar,
Uni
kind
tried
of.
to pass it back, but this one is sent wide from Solo Dolo.
Camo getting demoed again. Uni with a good first touch. He's still got control. Sends it back down off the post.
Off the crossbar for Uni.
They're keeping it in very sustained offense here in the last 45 seconds. SVSU needs a chance to turn around. They haven't even been able to breathe.
Near just got boost too. Able to get the great shot.
Sends it wide. Camo has that one. He's got a good first touch.
A good catch on the wall from Camo.
Sends it down.
Uni was there though, not waiting.
50.
Still in for SVSU. Uni's trying to clear this
Pass
one.
back. Camo
sends it right back in.
Solo Dolo gets a very good clear with a little pinch off the wall there. Onceler.
Near with the save. It's going to go wide too, just in time before Uni's able to get there for a shot.
Very good save from Near. Heading towards the SVSU goal. Near's got to get this. He does.
Just barely bumped
Sending back in towards the SVSU net. 1 second. It's up.
It's up in the air for the Onceler.
The Onceler. Can he get the double tap?
Bobby clearing us away, and we're going to a Game 7 overtime scenario. Man, both teams are incredibly stressed out over this. The Onceler, the good kickoff win. Here comes Uni. Scores! And just like that, New Mexico will be third in NECC Division 4 Rocket League for Nationals. SVSU, unfortunately, will fall to 4th place.
That's about the most opportune kickoff you can ask for in an overtime Game 7 scenario. I mean, it basically put it on a silver platter there for you.
Yeah, that is just unfortunate. I feel like this was a whole series of errors, though, and that could have totally been fixed by either team.
Absolutely. I think you can't blame it on the goal of Game 7 overtime when there was a handbasket full of errors and mistakes. And errors and mistakes you really shouldn't be seeing at this level. You know, Nationals, Division 4, these guys, and we're not saying this to be like, oh, these guys are terrible.
Yeah,
they're
I can't
really,
do this,
they're really
you know?
fantastic players. And we know that they can play a specific set of game or a specific type of game. And that's where the frustration comes in, is because you see these people who are cracking greatness. You know, they're performing very well, and they performed very well as a team. We saw Game 1 and 2 is what SVSU can be, and I'll say that is the biggest compliment. Game 1 and 2 was beautiful. Game 1 and 2 was fantastic. That's what SVSU can be.
Funny enough, too, usually we see an SVSU A team who struggles in that Game 1, usually losing that Game 1, and able to kind of fight and claw their way back towards the end of the series and pick up their pace as they play. We really saw the opposite here in terms of that. Their best games were the first 2 games of a 7-game series, which is just wild. Usually, you would think their best games would be around maybe 5 or 6, 4, 5, and 6 maybe. But yeah, what surprises me, you're talking about all these errors, all these kind of getting caught on defense over and over again, for both sides here. And like I said, not to belittle anyone, like I can't do I can't do this, and I
neither.
could never imagine trying to. But when you're in this season for both of these teams, this has been 2 semesters. This is coming at the end of 2 semesters of Rocket League. This is about 8 months of playing, especially for SVS's A team, who made that long playoff run last semester.
Would have been
the 2
grand
semesters
championship
ago. Won the championship. Long playoff berth, so more games, more time to play with each other, and you're still making these really grievous errors. There are situations where there's shots where, like that kickoff goal, the overtime winner for Game 7 there for New Mexico. Yeah, that's most likely going in. You need a miraculous save and just immaculate positioning to be able to get that. But it's when you get caught up on defense and you make these silly, errors that is what costs you, and that is definitely what costs SVSU. Trying to get that 3rd game sooner.
It's the little stuff, and you think of Game 4, I believe it was, when SVSU had probably 3 or 4 shots that should have went in, hit the post, or hit just soared wide. It's those little opportunities where you win that Game 4, you're not seeing a Game 7.
Yeah, and
you make it 3-1 instead of 2-2. It's a huge difference.
In Game 6 too, as well, SVSU had a 2-0 lead. They had the first 2 goals of the game.
Absolutely.
Not only did they blew it, but they blew it in the last couple seconds. And New Mexico had incredible offense, so you got to give credit to them. But even in Game 6, you got to lock it down. You got to lock it down once you have that lead, and especially in the last 10 seconds of a game, you just cannot be letting in a goal like that.
Absolutely.
And at the very least, that game should be going into overtime when you have the 2-goal lead like that.
Absolutely. Game 6.
So it's just kind of demoralizing,
Game 6 being finished in regulation changes things a lot, and it makes going into Game 7 difficult because that wholeheartedly gives New Mexico all the momentum. You blow a 2-goal lead, 3 unanswered, that causes a loss, and you can't even make overtime. Yeah. It throws a lot of thoughts in your head, and that's a huge thing. I mean, everybody's got the skill to be here. Where the 4 teams that made the top 4 were the top 4 seeds.
Yes.
So the people that were here were the people they expected to be here. They played at their skill level. It's just a matter of finding your mentality and being able to perform under pressure. And granted, I can't imagine what playing Rocket League in Nationals top 4 is like. I can imagine it is extremely, extremely difficult to try and play under that level of pressure. And their commendation is deserved for all teams and all players that have made it this far for being able to perform in all of this pressure. If they didn't make it this far, it'd be a little bit different. But it's just, there's a very good foundation in place here, being an unfunded program and being just a club sport and everything.
Yeah.
So everybody's doing fantastic. And I think this is still a very good series. And while Doug and I may have been focusing a lot on the negative here, it's important to note that there's still a lot of positive, and our players still performed fantastically. There's just a lot of frustration because we see the potential.
Yeah, I mean, being able to say you placed fourth in nationals and won Division 4 back in the fall semester as well, the championship in our division here, still incredible. And I was going to reiterate on that too. Yeah, we're pointing out negative, but it's always easy to point out negative, especially after a loss for your team that you're rooting for, right? Obviously, we try not to be too biased behind the booth, right? But I mean, we're at SVSU. We attend here. We know these people who are playing an A team. Of course, we're going to be rooting for them in our hearts. But no, I mean, this is a very good series for both of these schools here, and yeah, to be able to make it into nationals and go this far is a testament to these teams, how they constructed, and how they've been playing throughout this whole year. So
I want to say fantastic job by the players of New Mexico too.
I was going to say this too.
Mental fortitude. The two words is mental fortitude.
The amount of times they're able to come back. Yeah, think about it. SVSU first 2 games dominant, complete, just utter destruction in terms of wins. That game 2 was a lot closer, but SVSU pulled away towards the end there and was able to keep the offense going. So everything that New Mexico was trying to do to counter that just wasn't working. So going into that 2-0 series lead for SVSU, New Mexico was able to tie that, and then Game 5 in overtime goes to SVSU. Now you're in a must-win situation where you just got to win the next 2 games if you want to continue. And they're able to rally in Game 6 from a 2-goal deficit and win it in regulation. And then Game 7, after all that, able to win that too in overtime, not get too nervous. They did a great series, had a great job there. And it's unfortunate for SVSU's sake as well, but great series from New Mexico here, and they definitely deserve that 3 seed. You can tell they were fighting with all their heart for that. So
yeah, fantastically played series from New Mexico, from SVSU, from everybody. And it's sad that we have to put a cap on this season, wrap it in a glittery bow.
Yeah, I mean, it's been incredible, and honestly, it's hard to believe it's the end of this 2024-25 SVSU Rocket League season. By far, probably the longest season that we will have in a long, that we've had, and hopefully we have longer seasons, right?
Absolutely.
Hopefully we have more playoff, deep playoff runs and championships left in us, But it's been a good ride this year.
Definitely.
So, yeah, we're looking forward to being back next year. Obviously, the semester for us would start in late August, but we wouldn't probably start streaming games until middle of September, I believe.
Mid-late September, yes.
September after we have tryouts. But hey, yeah, we'll have tryouts again in the next fall semester coming up. So if you are on campus, either already at SVSU or going to be attending SVSU, we'll always take anyone who is willing to try out or at least meet everyone. Every player in the Rocket League system is incredible to know, and yeah, it's just been great getting to know everybody and great time streaming these teams.
Important to mention that we also have other program video games that we have teams for, mentioning Valorant, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, League of Legends, and Overwatch, as well as our respective Rocket League teams. There are rumors of some other teams perhaps being formed that I shall not name for specifics of secretiveness, and also we're advertising it? Oh, we're going for it. We are going to have a Marvel Rivals team. Wow. Just one team, correct? Just one team as of now, so you best bring your A game for the A team.
Well, it'll probably be the only team.
Well, yes.
The only team.
Well, yes.
But yeah, I mean, so that is actually exciting information to share. Yeah, SVSU is expanding our esports program for the first time in forever, right?
Yeah,
forever. So that is incredible, considering I know I've heard there's always been ideas of adding some sort of other esport. So that is awesome news too. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, I don't believe there's much else to say, but it's been an incredible season. It's been incredible matches, casting here in the booth with the Thomas, and being able to watch these SVSU Rocket League players, shine and play their best. And I can't wait for next year because we'll be back for next year. So
Absolutely.
same casting crew, same A, B, and C team. Maybe some new players. We will see. Obviously.
Yeah. Interested to see what happens in the draft.
the recruitment cycles. You know.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have to keep everyone posted about that. You know.
Absolutely. We want to wish you all a fantastic summer. We hope you have some fun plans and a lot of relaxation ahead of you. For those of you who are participating in spring and summer semesters, such as myself, best of luck to you all. Accelerated semesters are no joke. Doing 16 weeks of content in 8 weeks is not easy. And so, best of luck to you all. Hopefully you can still find some relaxation time in between. Hopefully we can enjoy some good weather soon. I know it's been a little bit chilly here. It's been pretty warm.
It's like the only cold day, though. Hopefully the rest of the week, it's looking like it should be a lot warmer for some more, summer activities of, not wearing a coat outside.
Absolutely.
So,
hopefully. But
yeah.
Enjoy your summer. We hope to see you back here. Hope maybe same time, but times are important right now. We hope to see you back next season for Rocket League and for any other esports that you may be interested in. We appreciate your time and your viewership so very much.
Yeah, no, we love every one of you who is able to, stick with us and bear through our commentary to watch
Our
these teams'
shenanigans.
plays. Yeah, our yapping, should we say.
Absolutely.
No, it's been good. It's been fun, and we'll be back next year, and hopefully, with another esports team, and hopefully with even more success than we had this year, which would be
Absolutely.
insane.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to do over the summer? I'm going to play some Rocket League.
Let's play some Rocket League together, Doug. We'll stream it.
We can improve our ones, maybe.
We'll be the A team.
you and me in threes.
Absolutely.
Because we're that good.
2v3. Yep. Alrighty, but on the subject of yapping, I believe it is time to cease it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for a wonderful season. I have been Pash.
I've been Doug.
We hope you all have a wonderful summer, as I've said multiple times. But anyways, have a wonderful rest of your night. Have a wonderful time. Hopefully we see you here next season. Bye-bye now.
Take care.